Let's play.
Spiral swords. Keep holding square until the swords appear. You have to hold it long enough for the swords to be summoned, so keep attacking your opponents in the meantime with your double arms. This is the most useful gun action that you have in the game. Not only will the swords actively attack anything within reach, they act as a true shield against opponents that are trying to attack you in mid to close range. That is, if an opponent has to be near to strike you with their melee weapon like, say, a scythe, the swords will interrupt your opponent in mid-strike. The swords can only interrupt the attacks of most non-boss type opponents, mind you, but you end up fighting a lot of these, so it's still pretty useful. Because the swords are constantly spinning around, it will hit multiple opponents at once, which just means higher damage and stylish points for you. The swords won't shatter if you're near walls or anything solid, so don't worry about running around while you've cast this. This attack is so good on its own that the developers had to force a limit on how often you can use this. It costs 2 Devil Trigger Orbs to cast this, so I'd suggest buying those purple orbs and maxing out your Devil Trigger gauge as soon as possible. You do end up compensating for the amount of Devil Trigger you lose through the amount of damage you inflict while you've cast this. You should gain back at least 1/2 orbs of your Devil Trigger if you attack enough, so in a way, it's only costing you half an orb of your Devil Trigger gauge to use this. The swords will shatter after it hits something for a while, and that limits you from casting this too much. Just watch your Devil Trigger gauge, and you should be fine. To summon, hold the shoot button.